I'm so glad you're joining us today. I see you out there with your coffee this morning, and we want to introduce our new guest host today, Evan Money. Thank you so much for filling in for Derek Chevalier today. Appreciate it.
I'm excited to be here, Mary.
He's going to have a great show with us. And we also have the Morning Buzz. President has made his first address to Congress, and it went over some critics, but probably not many others. And Bill Hacket from Pasadena's Democrats will come out to talk with us about that. We also have some jewelry items. Who doesn't love jewelry? Do you like jewelry?
Oh, yes.
You'll have a lot?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to have Alita on with her designs to talk about that, so I'm excited.
Yes, and then Shayna Forrestal shows us how to put the humanity in social media. I'm looking forward to that. Plus, CCN artist with segment star Anne-Marie Villacana and her cool guest today, Alexi Steele, member of the California Art Club and award-winning artist, shows us his incredible work and incredible style.
Yeah, he's very interesting, and it's going to be fun. And before we go any further, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors and advertisers.
Foothill Transit, San Gabriel Valley Economic Partnership, Pasadena Federal Credit Union, EH Financial, Ganal Lumber, Siren Arts Productions. Thank you for your support.
We love our sponsors like the Smile Agency. Visit them online at smileagency.com. Sponsor us and we'll promote you on the show too. Now for the Morning Buzz, Trump addressed a joint session of Congress for the first time as the president, and he talked about certain issues like employment, immigration, and crime.
Trump claims that great changes are coming, and he won over some hardcore critics. Now we'll really find out if the United Pasadena Democratic's Bill Hacket, who joins us now, is one of them. Bill, did he win you over? Say yes.
He did not win me over. He did not win me over. The bar was set so low. You have a frenetic, insane type of president who tweets at 3 o'clock in the morning. Of course, the bar was very low.
But he didn't tweet this time.
He didn't tweet. Now, he improved. Okay. I will give you that. He improved.
Hey, so we're getting somewhere.
He improved.
Okay.
But he keeps talking about making America great again. America already is great. We have the greatest people. We have the greatest resources. So I get a little taken aback when he keeps saying this America great. And when he keeps talking about a wall. This really concerns me that we want to spend $21 billion for a wall that, as we all know, if you say a wall costs $21 billion, it's going to cost $50 billion.
So do you think we'll really pay for it?
No, I don't. I think some form of a fence will be constructed and he'll call it a day, because they've seen estimates for fences that are about $5 billion, and there already are fences along the border. So I think this wall is going to become more of a fence.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some of the other topics that really hit you?
You know what really hit me, and I did not like the fact that he had the widow of Ryan Owens present in the gallery. You know, she is suffering a huge loss, and we all feel for her. You know, her husband was the Navy SEAL killed in the raid in Yemen. Well, the president has never taken responsibility as commander-in-chief for the raid himself, saying, look, that was my decision. I said, let's do this. That life was lost. But to bring the widow, it would be more appropriate to bring her to the White House. They have, but not, I don't believe when it's this raw. So I think it would have been nicer to bring her to the White House, have private dinners with the family, the Trump family, and so I did not like that. I felt horrible for her, as I think we all did.
Now, there were also widows of police officers, downed police officers, and that sort of thing.
Yes.
How about addressing some of those issues in regards to crime against
Yeah, and I think that's legitimate. I think with police officers and with families, you do need to bring people. But at the same time, I think we also have to acknowledge that balance in society. You know, there's been this balance. There's been some instances where officers use a little too much force. You know, how about the families of those individuals who have suffered some types of brutality? But at the same time, no shooting of an officer should ever be tolerated. And yeah, you need to sell. But I think you have to be really careful. You don't want to be too raw. It shouldn't be too fresh.
So what were some of the other issues?
Well, you know, he really touted the fact that we cleared access for the Dakota pipeline. And you know, this really bothers me. This is a pipeline that goes through sacred Indian land. Why couldn't you have just shifted it a few miles to the south or a few miles to the north? So why is that something that you want to tout right away? You know, already you're attacking immigrants. We have this failed policy in the first 2 months of this administration.
That's a good question. Why don't we reroute it?
Well, see, that's
is that a Explain to me, is that
Well,
a
you know,
cost issue? And just chime in.
I've tried to figure that out. I think it's a cost issue. I don't see why you can't put it through some ranchers' land instead of through sacred Indian land. And you know, you have an Indian
So
tribe.
you think it should still take place?
I would be in favor of it taking place, but not through Indian land.
Interesting.
And if it costs you $1 billion more, then it costs you $1 billion more. They're going to make a fortune off of this, pumping oil through. So you can't, you know, our Native Americans, these
they
are
going
the
to get-
true first immigrant. They're not even immigrants. They're all immigrants. So, I mean, we can't take care of our Native people. And I really have an objection to that.
Well, $1 billion here, $1 billion there, Bill. I like where you're going. But
Yeah.
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Buy American, employ American, hire American. That was a catchy phrase. What did you think of that?
Yeah, it is a catchy phrase. I think we all would like to see more products made in the United States. I don't think anyone disagrees with that. I think one of the problems is, though, if you cancel out all of these free trade agreements, we're going to run into problems. A lot of people don't realize we already tax a lot of agricultural products that come into the United States at 30%. Well, if we start playing a game where we're going to tax BMWs at 35%, as the president has threatened to Germany, they're going to tax all the Fords that come into Germany. And Ford is one of the most popular cars sold in Germany.
Certainly,
So
there'll be some checks and
I think there's
balances with that.
there's a
But
problem.
at the same time, it's still different. Employing people or manufacturing our things there or somewhere else
Yeah.
versus our products versus
Yeah,
manufacturing.
but I
things in the
wish he
United
would
States.
put, I'm going to go after him here, I wish he'd put his money where his mouth is. He had all these Trump suits that were made in China. So if you're going to put your money where your mouth is, Mr. Trump, open a factory in South Carolina, open a factory in East Los Angeles, and let's start employing people here. And if it costs $10 more for a suit, I'd buy it. I think we'd all buy
It'll
it.
probably be more than $10, but
Probably,
I think
probably.
we will, hopefully we'll start looking at quality. Remember in the day when you only had 2 suits or 1 suit and 2 pairs of
Yes.
shoes or something that
Yeah.
way? We just had less of higher quality items. So we
Right.
probably paid more.
And it would be nice to get back to that. And I think the other major problem that we saw is that the president got thunderous applause for let's replace and repeal Obamacare. And yet, after 6 years, the Republicans still don't have a plan.
I know.
And
so,
isn't that-
Bill, will
isn't
you-
it bad?
Will you come back and talk
I would come back.
with us about that?
Yes,
All
I
right.
will.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
Great.
very much. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Coming up, what better way to express your love to someone than with some jewelry?
Ooh, we like that. And, oh, you got to help me with this name. Come on.
It's Alita. Alita is
Alita?
going to join us. And next, you talk, she's going to be on the show.
She's coming.
She is.
Okay.
And she's going to bring her beautiful designs to talk with us next.